Hello. Welcome back to the Nurse's Station. My name is Nurse, and we're on a little bit of a deep dive into some landscaping. So yeah, go and take a look. Topic of today's video is going to be Cincinnati. Mostly just out of pressing urge to talk about some connections. So here's what we found, and I'll try to make this concise. The old Cincinnati Museum Center was the first thing that caught my eye. Let's see what they say about that. Cincinnati Museum Center. Alrighty, let's go and find us dash Wikipedia. Ooh. Established. What about the building? What, are you gonna tell me it just... there we go. This is what I want to know about. Oh, it was opened in 1933. Okay, so this was the day before my birthday, 1933. That's kind of cool. Always important things on our birthdays, huh? Oh. Tartarian. Very pretty. Very, very pretty. That reminds me of this. You have this here. That there. But also starting to look like this basin here. Got your nice little shape there. Okay. Ooh, there's your railways. Okay, right behind. I'm gonna probably say it was the basin then, because you got the railways right behind it. Damn, look at this thing. That's huge. Okay, not showing a bigger picture. This one they're actually showing going up. A little bit. Wow, it did have a basin. This was only from a flood, though. Download original file? Okay. Seems to be an overcrowding. People over here not seeming to know the etiquette of what to do. Looks like you're almost standing on stuff. Wow, okay. What are we saying? It's kind of looking more like this. Oh yeah, definitely. And I'll tell you why it's a definitely. See these little shapes here and shapes here? You got those shapes. Long shapes. At least that's my theory, because you got the circles at the end. Circles. I don't know. I'm just looking at shapes. I like me some shapes. Oh, that's beautiful, actually. That's beautiful. Back to my original query. Alright, so you can see that it is cut off. Let's see if we can turn off the 3D buildings. Hey, there we go. Looking very much in disrepair here. Not the bright shining facade we once thought it would have been, huh? These construction crews down here working. They are. Okay. Well then, natural inquiry leads me down this little needle into some really beautiful grid structures. Let's go ahead and take this off here. Got some beautiful grid structures right next to me. Always intricate. And I'm using this reference to the Columbian Exposition a lot, because that layout right there was one of the most easy to understand references for me to understand that this is circuitry. This is circuitry here. And you don't just see it here, you see it everywhere. Just from me looking around today, people with much larger bodies of research than I have looked into this as well. One of the things that I saw was interesting was this. So the reason I put this pin here is for my human brain. Look at that. I'm gonna try to do this for you as best I can within the confines of human error here. Go to our little ruler tool. Put it over here. You got all your railways. We're gonna go probably mid-dome all the way to Washington Park. Okay, so you have this connecting line here, following along the circuit rather well. And what struck me interesting is this antenna. Right here. Click the base of that. That lining up with our grid. Lining up very well with our grid. Okay, so I went over on here, and I thought, again, very interesting, because what if this were to connect to, let's say, the back goalpost? Oh, it goes through rather directly. It goes through rather directly. You see all the shapes in all these grids here. Universities are rife with cool things. But then you almost gotta wonder, does that lead through this diamond here, which appears to possibly go through another grid type pattern? Well, why don't we just click here? Not perfectly. But if we were to move this point, we center it. Goes right on up that gridway. Fascinating. And look at this over here. Look at this. A lot of times you'll see these sorts of roundabouts with 5 points. One of them will usually be like this, and then you'll see 2 really close together. That's interesting right there. Let's go ahead and real quick turn on this total side tangent. Is this a mound or a hole? Mound or a hole? Nothing? Not gonna show me? I want to see if that's a mound or a hole, because it looks like it's shading. I don't know. All right, so there's a pretty interesting grid right there. That's only taking us to the end of the street. You got that whole connecting point here. Gotta turn off our buildings again. Looks like it's pretty much in the center. I like to think that the center of the dome would be the most appropriate place to put it. That's interesting. The only reason I use this connection point here as well is because it does seem to be I may not want to think about these like pointed parts as needles as going in so much as I should see them as expansion points for conduits going out. Especially considering you're giving distribution there through the trains. And here it appears that you're giving out as well. Similar here. I didn't want that clear. Alright, so that was one circuit. Find out where I want to follow that one path. Where is it gonna take me here? Pretty darn close up there. You're starting to see some really interesting architecture and some really interesting city planning. And what I'm assuming is some very expensive landscaping. Alright, moving on down south. Slightly though, because I'm still enthralled with the possibility of there being something very interesting in Cincinnati. All I have to do is travel down here and pitch out this area. Hyde Park Golf and Country Club catches my eyes. We all know what a star fort is. I see a star kind of geometrically pointing in a different way, as if it's on a different plane. I do. So let's find out with handy dandy ruler Mandy. Try to get that. Try to keep it along the point. Did it end up in a hole? Might end up in a golf hole. Which would then bring us to our second point. Why are there so many golf courses by airports? And also, how can we just forget about this lovely little antenna down here? Beautiful looking antenna technology, always with a terminal. And it just kind of goes into nowhere. Or just maybe it was down there at one point. Soccer fields, pretty cool. Very neat. Very neat. I'm loving this place. I'm absolutely loving this place. Gorgeous. Gorgeous symmetry. Circle with your two squares. Very reminiscent of Columbian Exposition. This star right here, it really gets me. I don't know why this one stands out so much. But golf courses are definitely an interesting point of research. It's the place most frowned upon to just start digging clues and answers. And I advocate that's what we do. I think we need to stop being so distracted by all these godless means that we have in front of us every day. I think we should start filling our lives with not only God, but maybe picture that you've been lied to so badly that you believe the true history of the Bible and God were that far away that it in your mind maintains a status of just mere superstition. Maybe it wasn't so long ago. And maybe places like this hold a lot more secrets to our true divine nature and our true divine history that I know has been stolen from us. And that's why we visited Cincinnati today. Thank you so much for popping by the NERCE station. Just remember, no matter where you go, there you are. God bless you and have a wonderful day.